The World Is Not Enough is it's a 19th James Bond movie, and it is just like Dying. I mean, Tomorrow Never Dies before it. It is another James Bond movie that is not much to talk about. I mean, it's an okay movie, but it feels like just like it also feels like a James Bond copycat that's not as good as the actual James Bond movies, even though this is one of the actual James Bond movies. But if you don't know what I'm saying, just I mean, it's a okay movie, but not as exciting or thrilling as most other James Bond movies before it. Um, the action in this movie is just like Tomorrow Never Dies. It's mostly just eye candy for action fans, but not all that impressive. Some of the CGI is ridiculous, and there's one action scene where this bad guy he uses like helicopter with they got machine guns and rockets, but they also have this like chainsaw up front, and like where they try to like lower the helicopters to like use the chainsaw to cut people. And it's like that's ridiculous. If you got machine guns and rockets, why do you need that stupid chainsaw? And the gangster that Bond was working for in the previous movie, I can't forget his name that quick. Is Valentin Valinsky, the Russian mafia boss that helped Bond in GoldenEye. He's back in this one, and Robbie Coltrane plays him again, and he doesn't survive the movie, which I'm good riddance as far as I'm concerned, because I didn't really care for that character. It was good in GoldenEye, but not very interesting in this one. Kind of two faced. And this one, Bond is on a mission to protect this rich oil heiress named Electra King, whose dad was a friend of M, but was assassinated by this woman working for a terrorist organization. Who, when Bond tried to arrest her, she blew herself up because she didn't think Bond could protect her from the guy she was working for would have come after her, so she wouldn't tell on him. And the guy she was working for was this guy named Renard, who's like this evil who wants to like use this nuclear submarine to blow up the world, and he he has a bullet in his brain when someone shot him, and it's slowly killing him, and it will kill him once you reach the centers of the brain. And because his brain has a bullet in it, for some reason he's immune to pain. He can't feel pain, can't feel anything. So like when you punch him, kick him, whatever, it doesn't hurt him. So Bond, he he at first he helps the woman Electra played by Sophie Marceau who does a really good job with her role, and he turns on Bond, and turns out she's working for Renard, and Bond has to take both of them down, and he teams up with this physicist called Dr. Christmas Jones, played by Denise Richards, and Denise Richards got a lot of criticism for her role in this movie, which I agree. She was not the best choice to play Christmas Jones. I mean, and a lot of Bond girls, they usually have these like double entendres, like sexy names for humor. And Christmas Jones, not a very sexy name. And like when she introduces herself to Bond, she says, "No Christmas jokes. I've heard them already before." And Bond does make a Christmas joke at the end when he's romancing her. Of course, they fall in love. and Denise Richards is nice to look at, but her acting in this movie isn't very good. And she's not given much to do except try to disarm some bombs or whatever. And the and, I mean the scene where he confronts like the Electra when he said tells her to call off Renard's plan, and when he threatens to kill her, she says no, and she picks up the walkie-talkie and tells him to die because Bond's coming to get him, and Bond shoots her in cold blood. And I'm like, why? You're just shocked that he did that. I mean, an action hero killing someone in cold blood, even though she was wicked, he and does deserved it. It's just he shot an unarmed woman, but and the whole the subplot about the Electra kidnapping M after they realized she was a traitor and she killed everybody. That was just I didn't care for that. That was boring. A lot of when there's no action and the scenes in this movie are just boring and CGI effects aren't there. It's good to see the guy who plays Q, Desmond Llewellyn. That's how you say his name. Um, Yeah, Desmond Llewellyn. This is his last movie in the Bond series, and he was in his last scene that he's with Bond, he's introduces him to the his new assistant, played by John Cleese, who would go on to be Q in the next James Bond movie. And Bond jokingly refers to him as R. He says, "If you're Q, he must be R because of the alphabet." And of course, Bond messes with the gadgets and gets on his nerves. Q R tries out this like inflatable suit that's messed up, and Q talks about retiring, and Bond says, "You're not really retiring, are you?" And Bond, like, I mean, when Q leaves, he goes to like this like little elevator thing and makes a crack about that. Um, of course, he wasn't going to retire. They wanted him to come back for more, but Desmond he died in a car wreck after this movie came out, so this was the last movie. But his character retiring, implying that he's going to retire anyway, was a good way for his character to go out. And by the end of the movie, R isn't the new Q. And I like John Cleese. I like his accent. I like his character. But it sucks that he was only in this one and Die Another Day and nothing else. Well, he was in that Everything and Nothing video game, which I like. And I used to play that all the time. But I don't know. This is a okay Bond movie. Not one of my favorites. I give it a thumbs up for Sophia Marceau's performance and the darker themes like Bond, like having to kill her in cold blood. It's pretty interesting. And a thumbs down for the bit being most basically boring. All right, that's it for now. Thank you and God bless. Bye.